I think I'll probably go for 2 hours today. That sounds about right. So we're about halfway through, because that'll put me at noon, which is, yeah, about when I should head to bed. I live I live a thrilling life during the week. Get home at 8 in the morning, go to bed at like noon or 2 in the afternoon. I am a monster. I am a weird vampire. Without any of the fun parts of being a vampire. Just pale and tired all the time. Yeah, I can imagine. Sourcing music for history games, for games in general, sounds hard, but for a lot of the mods out there for CK2, EU4, I guess Victoria 2 must have some music mods. Ahoy 4, Ahoy 3. I don't know how they do it. Kaiserreich. How the hell do they get the rights to the music that they, or maybe they don't have rights at all, but I have a lot of respect for the amount of work that requires now. I guess you could get someone to record it, and if then you own the rights to it, you could use it. With modding is how I started learning about intellectual property in the first place. Way back in the day, 2008 to 2010, I think it's the time period. Maybe 2007 to 2010. I wrote and beta tested, well, alpha tested really, for Slipstream Productions, which were working on the of old time fame Halogen mod for Command and Conquer Generals. That was a total conversion mod, making it basically about the fall of Reach. So you had the UNSC, you had the Flood, you had the, yeah, I guess the Flood were in that. That was a weird choice. And the Covenant is playable factions, and it was really good. But Microsoft sent us a cease and desist, and that was my first interaction with intellectual property law. And not too long after, like the month after we got the cease and desist, was when Halo Wars was announced. So, you know, may have been part of the reason. I then worked on the Dawn of Victory. Dawn of Victory? That was the name of the project? Yeah. For a while. Dawn of Victory, I think, is in development limbo right now, and might just be completely abandoned. It was originally a mod for Empire at War. Then it was a mod for Sins of a Solar Empire. Then I think that's when I left the team because I was going to college. And thought I'd be busier than I was, but actually I ended up having more time for it than I did before, which is a shame, and I should have stuck with it. Don't really remember what happened to the project after that. Dawn of Victory still has amazing art assets and a website up there, but the Templin Institute, which is a great YouTube channel, a couple of those kids, I say kids, they were older than me, are from the Slipstream Productions team. Swiss, I think, in particular. It's pretty dang cool. Oh god, yeah. It's hard enough finding American, as in United States of America, music dating back from the 1880s, 1890s, 1900s, even into the 30s and 40s. That's hard enough. I can't imagine trying to find music for anywhere in Central and South America. Brazil, maybe. Wayback Machine Am I right about that? No, not Wayback Machine. God damn it. Old radio. Nah, that's not it. God damn it. There's a website, and now I don't remember the URL, that lets you listen to radio broadcasts from different countries from different years. And in the 20s and 30s, Brazil has a decent amount on there. Spain has an okay amount. The US naturally is just exhaustive because a lot of recording. This might be biased history, but I feel like the United States has one of the better recorded modern histories using modern medium. And I don't mean that in a haha America's so great kind of way. Obviously I have problems with my country and am not its biggest fan. But because of the invention of a lot of the technologies, we were really early adapters of a lot of recording tech, like wax cylinders and things like that. Yeah, a lot of it's money. Just trying to commodify music as quickly as possible and sell it to as many people as possible. Music in the late 1800s, in the course of the 1800s, in the United States is super interesting because the most popular music in the early to mid 1800s, for the most part, even throughout the Civil War, were folk songs, folk tunes, and folk music really is a genre that does not exist anymore. Because, I mean, folk music did okay for a long time, and then it started getting replaced with more novel forms of music that were culturally appropriative and problematic in certain ways. But yeah, looking at the, if you go, you don't have to actually. Well, I didn't want it anyway. I mean, the spur would have been nice to have, but we'll find it again. Spurs are fairly common. If you go and look at top single by year or top album by year, Wikipedia has some pretty decent articles on it. If you look at the genres and how they slowly change over time, it's not just taste that's changing, it's also a huge reflection of the values of the country and its culture, and the kind of people that it's lifting up and normalizing, and the kind of people that it's marginalizing. Yeah, that's okay. I'm not gonna be super completionist about this. I'm pretty intentionally not playing this as critically as I would be. Well, as I did in the first place. So losing items, or maybe not catching all the legendary fish, or not planting things in the exact right season. Well, season would be a big deal, but exact right day to be the most profitable. I'm just not gonna worry about it. I have enough to worry about. What do we have? 50? That's enough to cut down another tree. Right? Well, we'll find out. Yeah. God, the 10s, 20s, and 30s, in looking at recorded music in the United States and how popular a lot of African American genres became. And then, like, within a year of a song coming out, or within a few years, most of the time, that exact same song being re-recorded by a bunch of fucking white guys and gals, sometimes, and then being repackaged and sold to a wider audience is just the most maddening thing. I if you look at American history with any kind of critical lens, it is appalling how racist this country is and has been. It just institutionally and economically and just, oh god, it's devastating. It's devastating to go back and look at. Yeah. There's it's so frustrating too when an African American artist recorded something and it's really fucking good, and then some copycat came and did it again, and it's just a worse version in every way, but the white guy's version became more popular and became the version that we recognized because he was marketed more and considered to be more marketable. It's soul-wrenching. I mean, the same shit happens today. The performers who perform music are not necessarily the people who write the music, or hell, even play the music. Sometimes. Oftentimes the writers and producers go uncredited, and it's so weird how music has become so commodified and fetishized. And this isn't a recent thing like I'm talking about. This isn't a modern America. It's capitalism, where the art itself isn't good enough. Apparently, it needs to be sexed up and dressed up and stylized and packaged in a way to make it more appealing. There's a science to it. You know, marketing is absolutely a science. But I feel like it's self-perpetuating in a way. If we challenged ourselves and pushed ourselves to look beyond such superficial things, maybe we wouldn't be so quick to latch on to such superficial qualities. Maybe not, but yeah, 90s bands are really up there in terms of, I mean, even modern bands are really fucking up there as far as just capitalist art goes. There's good music out there, and God knows it's a dilemma, right? If you are an artist, if you care about a message, especially if it's an anti-capitalist or anti-conformist message, how do you get it out there, right? Business owns the platform. So to get recorded, to get published, to get heard and shared with the world. Okay, I'm trying to pet the cat here, thank you. You have to sell your soul a little bit. You have to renege. You have to give in a little bit. And it's not as true anymore. There are a lot of platforms online, but even going through YouTube, has Big Daddy Google. It's pretty unenviable. As the means of production, even artistically, are out of our hands, frustratingly.